Alright. Looks nice outside. Let's do passenger side wire tuck. Passenger side lighting wire tuck. Alright, what is that going to entail? So, the main harness coming out of the engine down in there also has the harness for the lighting, which comes down here and goes to a couple of relay boxes here and heads off to the fans and the headlight on the passenger side. Mine's going to be a little different because I have the cop horn and the resistor box to go with it. I'm planning on putting these guys down in the space down here, mounting them along in there. Also, I want to see if I can fit those L.E.D. bars that I got, put those down there as well so that they can shine through. And out of this corner, I'm gonna have it shining down. See where it's mounted here, down there on the bar, and it'll be shining down, hopefully past the license plate. If I have to move the license plate up, I might be fine with that. I'm not entirely sure. I love it where it's at anyways. Might take it off, put it in the front windshield. We'll see, we'll have to see. But yeah, for now, for starters, I'm going to take off the fender and the bumper, the grill, and the spacer, and then we'll go from there as far as wires. Alright, got the fender, bumper, all that junk off there. It's amazing how much cleaner this is than the other side was. It's all about having that inside well fender on there. If you see the other side video, yeah, it's way different. Alright, so got a good idea what's going on here. Gonna pull all this wire out, stick it in there, yada yada. So I'm gonna start clipping stuff and making some room here and seeing where I'm at as far as wires go. Okay, so got all the blinker lights pulled up and through here. The horn, I've got it undone as much as I'm going to until I move it down here. I took the OEM horns out because, well, I have the cop horn and I already clipped the wiring for that one, so I might as well just take them out. You know, weight reduction. So this harness goes back down into here and connects in, wrapped up nice, beautifully. Whatever. It's down in there. You see it right there. I gotta cut that guy open all the way back to the firewall there and separate the harnesses. Try and not have to pull any of the engine harness back through. We'll see how far I get on that thing. Alright, so in the middle of this, I had to take off the T-bar to get some stuff down there. This guy, in case you're wondering out there, coolant bottle squeezes in there, but if you push it, you're going to end up bending the fins on the radiator, and it's not worth it. What I did was just quickly looked on Amazon.com, and I'm getting a racing aftermarket one I'm going to put in there at a later date. Well, I'm right here. The engine bay is going to be a different color, so while I'm here, I quickly broke out the orbital and the Dremel and got cleaned up right there. Also completely sanded back down to factory metal. The T-bar, the radiator supports T-bar, engine enamel, just one coat on there. Probably throw another one on real quick, but I figured while I'm in there, I got it off, I'm doing it, might as well just throw it on there. So anyways, back to the wiring. I'm gonna paint these really quick and so they have time to dry while I'm doing some this stuff over here. Alright, and I'm gonna change my glove because it's been like 15 minutes it's been like that. Crazy. Alright, got it nice and blacked out there. Did a little bit on the inside of the wells. Yeah, that's about that. Oofda. Alright, I managed to get all that squeezed through. I haven't bothered to clean it up at all or anything yet. There was two wires here. You can see I have them marked. I can get my camera around this thing here. This one here has a little piece of paper. It says 2. That's one of the grounds, and there's one that says 1. That's the other one of the grounds that go up into here. Those are the only wires that go up into the ECU fuse box, the underhood one. What I'm gonna do with those, because I wanted to keep this harness completely separate from the engine harness that I'm building, which will be all of this junk cleaned up. Now don't look too close, I don't want you to but it comes through here, and I have the corresponding 1 and 2 right here. So the only other problem that I encountered getting the entire lighting harness through that hole was the end wire. These guys right here, this dude, that end one right here, was wrapped around one of the wires that went all the way down. I don't know which one it was, but so I had to depin it and then just pull it through. So the only thing I'm going to have to do is the 1 and 2 on the grounds. And since I want to keep it separate from my other harness, I'm just going to put some of the these style clips in there. I can't remember what they're called. I got a bunch of them floating around, so I'm gonna put those in there so I can just easy on and off. And then when I do the full harness, I'll be able to I'll hardwire them in. But next up is relocating the cop horn and the air horn system. Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know what it's called. It's some kind of relay box. Anyways, I'm gonna put it down here. I got the harness for the 2 fans, which I had already kind of connected, so they both turn on at the same time. Just so they're always on. Had some weird heating issues, but yeah. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put the cop horn down in here, and then look at the LED lights. So, all right, next step. Oof, all right. Got all through there. No major problems. Had to take a couple of the plugs off. The lower blinker one's pretty big. Had to take that off. Other than that, nothing crazy. You know, just shoved it through. The harness split rather nice. Right there. Here. Goes up around that little dobby. And through this flap here, there's a couple of there's a hole there behind that flap. See it back there, little gray? Yeah. So that's where that comes out. Right there. So I'm going to be putting the relay and the ground box right here, and then running the rest of the cords down through there. I think I'm going to hold off on clipping the cables and stuff until I get that guy moved down there, until I get the cop horn moved down in front, and mock up the LEDs to see what I'm going to need to do for those. So that's next. So I'm going to grab those and put those right in there. Alright, so I got the mount on there, and I marked it on both of them right where it should be. There's another dot down there where I'm going to drill through. I went to the hardware store and got myself some little toys. Got some big long bolts with locking nuts, some rubber washers, and a couple more of these 3/4 inch for strapping on the thing there. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to put these guys, I'm going to go through, and I'm going to drill a hole. It's a 1/4 inch. So I'm just going to go ahead and drill a 1/4 inch hole, 4 of them actually, and see what that gets me. Should be able to mount them then. Alright, got the mounts on, got them at the downward angle where I'm going to want them at. Probably won't be able to tell until I get the bumper on there. Came with the harness, or no, I had to buy the harness separate. Same company, Nightlight L.E.D. I bought these in the same time on Amazon. I can't remember what I paid for them. It was something like 30 bucks and then like 15, 16 for this. It's pretty nice, heavy duty. I'll give it. It's well made, you know, very well made. Got some stuff on there. It comes with a rocker switch, but I'm definitely gonna be getting rid of this because I got this bad boy to hook it up to. All I have to do is just hook the white one up to one of these guys, any color I want really, because they all have power and they all have ground individually fused. You can see there's power goes in there. The ground also goes over here, but it also has a power, so they're both fused. Both have power as a common ground. So this thing I'm just gonna need to hit the white wire up. But anyways, so I'm gonna run that. It's got two on the end of it. It's got 1 and 2 separated by about, oh, I don't know, 3 feet, something like that. But I'll be able to, I'm gonna have, you know, these are gonna be a lot closer together right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw them in there, get the back of these, get some clips which were provided. I'm gonna go ahead and throw them on there and yeah, get this guy wired. Alright, so I got the lights sitting in there and I need to know where I can put this in relation to the radiator T-bar support. By this I mean the cop horn bracket. Looks like it's gonna fit just barely. So there's the end of the post there and that one. So I'm gonna be able to put the cop horn right in the middle here, probably back, because it does have some width to it. About that much, about a thumb knuckle. Looking down here, yeah, should be able to make it. Just gotta split the difference here. Might have to bend the T-bar support out a little bit. But yeah, it looks like it should fit in there pretty good with those two lights. And then the coolant, I'm hoping I can put it somewhere down in there. If not, I'm gonna have to figure that out. It's coming, it's in the mail. Just gotta figure out where to put it, but that'll be tomorrow morning. I'm not going in any kind of hurry on this, so. From the front, that's where they're sitting. Pointing pretty down. Pretty good and down. Yeah, I'll adjust them after, but for now, that looks good. So yeah, I'm gonna get the cop horn bolts installed, which I also got at the store. Yeah, I'm gonna figure that out. And so that's what I got going on here. I got the bolt, and I got rubber. It's gonna be touching the car. Hopefully they'll keep down any noise or any kind of crazy vibration. Then the locking nut. So that's my order, my sandwich order. All right, I got them in there. Cop horn, 2 lights. It's a light, cop horn, light. This guy, I'm gonna be able to get it on there. I got the bolt, I just need to do it. It will work right there. A little bit of rubbing, but all in all, it's on there. It's just kind of loosely on here right now to make sure it fits, but these are definitely all tightened down as hard as they're gonna go, so those aren't going nowheres. Ooh, it's nice to see those in there. And they actually look pretty decently, you know, the car's kind of at a weird angle, so is my phone, but they're not, this one looks like it's pointing farther down than it is, but it isn't. Well, maybe it is. I don't know, I'll figure that out later. Right now, it's in there, it's good. Got the wiring. I'm gonna have to run this guy and put it on here somewhere on this wall. Just kind of put it on right there. I just had it over here with 2 self-tapping screws. Held on pretty good for, you know, 2 years or a year, whatever, however long it's been. So that'll go right there. And then, yeah, that wiring. Ooh, finally gonna get started on the wire talk, which is what I wanted to do. Now that it's pitch black out, I'm just gonna keep listening to my book on tape. See how far I can get on this before I give up. So I got everything in there. I got the wire harness for the LED bars run all the way through. Just going down here through the lights, backing around down there up by where you can also see that I run my coolant fan wire down and below, and it's coming out down there here along by the yeah, so I got that stuff there. Everything's pushed through. This guy's gonna live right here. That goes through down into here, and it's sitting on the floor down there. It's late, I'm tired. Looks like I've got all the prep work done, ready to start clipping and extending, wrapping, and then buttoning it all back up. Oofta. Alright, I'm gonna come back tomorrow morning. It's back then, I guess, huh? Alright, next day. Nice and rainy outside. It's mild temperature. Went ahead and got this guy, these three tapped on there. Got them all, wires all separated. Went ahead and got the first one done, which is the lower blinker there. So I've got the 2 blinkers, the 2 headlights, and the fan switch. And yeah, should be rocking. Once I get those done, I can figure out the wiring for the cop horn and the LED bars. So, alright, day 2, getting going. Alright, I've got everything extended outward. I've got my light coming back. I actually got pretty lucky with this. I had a couple of pieces that had the factory split to them. So I just used the factory split, tied it into my thing back here, and it comes into a split. Half of it goes to the side marker blinker, which I believe right here, and then the other half goes to the other blinker. So I got that guy, this blinker, and the coolant line run. I just finished up doing the headlights, so the headlights are all done. Now the only thing I have to do is attach the lights to the harness and run that, and check out what's up with the cop horn after that. So yeah, looking pretty good. Getting this guy, yep, gonna get it all finished wired here and start wrapping it, hopefully. Alright, got the lights all wired up here and here. Just gonna live right there for now. I'm gonna zip tie them to the radiator T-bar support when I get that put back in. But right now that's wired. I got, I don't know if you can see it, I got the box taped down. I got 2 zip ties going around the side. I got 3 self-tapping bolts or nuts in there holding it down, and then I have 1 vertical and 2 horizontal zip ties to hold it on there. It's pretty firm, but I thought I'd just, you know, whatever. So now I gotta run back the ground, the power, and the switch, which I've already got 3 very long wires here already curled up nicely, ready to go. So I'm going to solder those guys onto those ends and then run this guy through back to my horn switch there, etc, etc. So yeah, other than that, just keeping on. All right, it's on there. I got the 3 wires for the horn, 2 wires for the blinker there. I got all the relay boxes good and up and down in there. Got these guys rocking here, that here, got the fan down here, lower blinker light. I've checked it all works. That's the fan. What I did, just kind of routed the wires through there. Kind of see where I just kind of ran them through and down and around. I don't see where I did it. I did it too well. There it is. Up, yonder, through this little hole right here. That's about that. And it looks way less wiry, I guess you could say. Now that I got that side done, this side done. Apologize for my shitty camera work. Alright, time to figure out what I'm going to do as far as hooking up the cop horn and whatnot. These 3 wires And I tested everything. Everything works. It's all on. I gotta start buttoning stuff up and figuring out. If nothing else, just get the wires in the car. Now that I have the horn and the LED bar lights wired up, it's like the main part of today. Just getting everything wired and in the car and then buttoned back up. So we'll see where I get here in a little bit. Well, there it is. All done. Passenger side wire tuck. Ooh. Couldn't get my clips back together, so I ended up having to take the whole fender back off. Bunch of other little problems, nothing crazy though. During this process, I remembered that I had the 1 and 2 ground, so I went ahead and reconnected those down underneath. I also ran through the 3 wires for the cop horn. So those are done and down in there. The night lights themselves, if you look, I don't know how well you can see it. See where they're pointed? That's them right there. And they are pointed pretty much right here, which is perfect because I want to cut the hole in the bottom down here and have them shine out. Yeah, it's gonna be too hard to see in there, but yeah, so that'll be awesome. Those will be shining pretty much straight down at the ground, which is what I pretty much want. So yeah, wire tuck, passenger side done. Now I can get back to I think next I'm going to be doing the ground wires. I might hold off on that. I got some battery stuff coming. I still have to figure out how to hook up the cop horn and the LED lights. I have them all running in here. You can't really see it, but I got them all running down here. I got the no, you can't see it at all. I got all the wires running down here for everything. So gotta figure out how to hook those up. But for the most part, they're in. It's tucked. It's wrapped away. It's good to go. With this guy, this nice little air hole here, I was thinking about taking the factory fog light area and cutting it out and adding like a nice mesh, and like I did up here, just like a decorative whatever, probably more like a screen, like an actual screen, and then paint it black so that way I can have fresh air going in there, because there's nothing under there whatsoever. There's nothing in there. It's just empty space all the way down. So maybe I'll run some tubing, plumbing tubing up there, try and get some cold air. I don't know why my voice got all high. But up next, I definitely have some head gaskets, gam gear, valve cover gasket. I just couldn't get next day Honda Bond, so plus I got this guy. Bunch of stuff in the works coming up. Got some fancy decals. I don't know if you can see this gold oil slick. Yeah, just a bunch of stuff coming up, but all in all, wire tuck is done. Well, passenger side and driver side. I hope you had fun. I know I did.